The buffers provided by EasyEdit are going to be useful after you've been programming about 6 months. Let's go back to our operator statistics display program. Choose C for change and enter the program name, OPSTDS6, field release and release. You're making changes and you're at a certain point, like right here at loop 1, and you've got to write some code to initialize some variables. You go, oh, golly gee willikers, I wrote code like this just last week. Sure would be nice if I could just pick up that piece of code and put it here. Well, of course you can, or I wouldn't have brought the subject up. This is a neat technique, and you're not likely to have code you want to copy until you've been programming a while. When you need it, come back to review this lesson. Remember when we looked at the data in the top line of EasyEdit? This little item, B1, told us that we're in buffer 1. EasyEdit gives you 3 more buffers to store text. Let's move to another buffer by pressing function key 2. Our choice of buffers is displayed on the top line. I'll choose 4 by pressing the digit 4. And we have a perfectly blank screen, and this item, B4, tells us we're in buffer 4. Unnamed means we have nothing in this memory area. I'm going to read in another program. I'll press function key 10, then the letter R for read. The file I want to read in is opstds1.et. I don't have to give EasyEdit the complete path since it looks in the directory I'm working in already, the file edit directory. I do have to give it the proper extension because I'm using an EasyEdit feature which insists on complete information. I didn't need the .et extension from the file edit menu because the Unibase menu program adds it for us. I press field release and EasyEdit reads the source code for this particular program. Let's find the initialization code we want. Page down, and it's this area that is initializing all these characters to 0. Okay, we'll put ourselves on the first move line, hit function key 8 and the letter M. Then we'll come down to the last move line, function key 8 and the letter M. And as happened before, all this code turns red to indicate we have a marked block. Alright, we've got the marked block in buffer 4. Let's go back to buffer 1. We'll press function key 2 and then the digit 1. And we're right back where we were when we called for buffer 4. This is where I want the code to be. And yes, I can press function key 8 followed by the letter C. And EasyEdit copies the marked block from the text in buffer 4 and moves it to buffer 1. This is really a handy feature when you've written some programs and you know you've got some code you want to use. We can do one more thing. Function key 10 followed by the letter S will display a status for the buffers we have in use. Buffer 1 is holding the program OPSTDS6. This is its complete path. And it has 231 lines in it. And buffer 4 has 197 lines in its buffer. And it also tells us that we have marked code in buffer 4. And nicely enough, this one says press any key to resume editing. So if I press the space bar, I'm back to our program. Alright, now we've really butchered this program. Let's exit EasyEdit by pressing function key 10 and the letter X. EasyEdit tells us we have an unwritten buffer. Right, that's all the changes we made. And it asks if we want to lose the changes. Of course we do. So we enter Y for yes and press field release. And we're back to the file edit menu with none of our changes saved. If I do a change again on OPSTDS6, field release, and release, do a page down, and we see that all this code we inserted at loop 1 is now gone. Suppose I really wanted to save those changes. Let's type in "we were here." To save our change, we press function key 10, and then we tell EasyEdit to write the code with the letter W. And it tells us that it has written it successfully. When we press function key 10 and the letter X to exit, we're returned immediately to the File Edit menu without getting a message about an unwritten buffer. Now let's go remove that line. One more time. Choose C for change, enter OPSTDS6, field release, and release. Here's the line. We were here. Press function key 7 to delete it. And let's press function key 10 and the letter X. This time, we don't want to lose the changes we made, so we tell it no. Press field release, and EasyEdit puts us right back to where we were in the program when we tried to exit. This gives us another chance to press F10W, write out our program, and then exit with F10 and the letter X. How in the Hannah do I expect you to remember all this? Practice, practice, and more practice. And the next lesson gives you a little help from your friends.